Hi, this is Michelle Goldman with Java 1 1503, Project Week 3, and I'm going to go over the application that we had to create this week, which uses a custom adapter, custom class, and pulling objects from that custom class to be able to populate the views. We also had to provide support for both landscape and portrait orientation, and have the spinner occur in the portrait view and a list view in the landscape orientation. So here's the application. Had a small issue with the drop-down arrow turning white, and I was not able to correct that. However, if you click, you'll see here are the items in the menu for the spinner, and you select an item and it pops up. I even have a toast alert that shows what you did select. And then if we change the orientation, you can see that we now have a list view with the items. You can scroll. I added a fading scroll bar, select an item, and it again shows that you selected that item from the list. One of the issues that I did have, and perhaps it was confusion on my part, was for the detailed view. As I know we're not using fragments or intents at this juncture, I could not come up with another way to be able to show the detail items in a detail view, which should be on the same page. All of my details, which are the 3 items, custom items from the object from my food class, are all showing as soon as the application loads. And that may or may not be an issue when it comes to grading. But as far as going through the application itself, in the manifest file, we've got the minimum and target versions covered. Then looking at the main Java file, I've set up my array, which I had originally set up a food array in the strings XML file, but had huge issues with getting able to pull that into both the spinner and the list views. So I just came in and created the array list here and then added the items along with the rating and the comments. And then here I have my custom adapter that was created. And here's the custom adapter itself, which extends the base adapter, the content, the array, the ID number to be able to pull items, and then of course being able to do the getter and setter to be able to pull everything out for the view, to be able to convert that view and then show each of those objects for the name, comments, and ratings in their respective text views. And here is my custom food class, which has the name, comment, and rating, and be able to have the constructor, and then to be able to get and set those items. And this is how I'm returning those in a string, so that I have all 3 of those. And you'll notice in that format we've got name, rating, and then below in the next line the comment. Going back to the main view, then we need to be able to set the list view and the spinner view, which I put in an if-else statement. If I did not put in the if-else statement and just had both the list view and the spinner view, it would crash the app. So that way, if the list view is not null, it's going to load the list view and set that adapter. And here's the on-click listener. I put in a toast alert just so you can see that you selected the item, or else load the spinner, and same thing, just put in a toast alert for the on item selected. As far as the layout though, so I've got both of my layout files here, and you see one is in landscape, and I found that you can easily create one once you've created your main view file. Once you click on this icon, it does give you the option to go ahead and just create a landscape version of that, and then you only have to make minor adjustments to that XML file. So all in all, not too bad, and I think pretty much everything is covered again in the rubric. As I've gone over here, my only concern is that detailed view.